The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the astrology energy going on out there for the month of May. We have a few things going on. We have 3 retrogrades. We have a blood moon that'll be a lunar supermoon eclipse. We have a solar eclipse. We have a lot going on. But we're going to talk a little bit more about those retrogrades, those planets, just what that means. And for some of you that are new to astrology or any of that, I like to share what it's saying in astrology from a soul growth esoteric point of view, I guess, because that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to work this out one day at a time, being in the now but looking ahead at the same time. And we have some interesting lineups for May, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about Archangel Gabriel and who this angel is and the attributes of this angel, the energies of this angel when you have certain things going on in life, and what this angel is wonderful. This angel is really great for creativity, artist types, new projects, anything brand new, including, maybe the creation is a child or having children, but it's a communication angel as well. So I really like this angel in particular for the Gemini energy that we're moving into. We're about to move into the Gemini season. It's also launching eclipse season. So there's a little bit more going on. So some people don't take this seriously. Some people do, some people don't. What I find interesting is I am all about teaching you the metaphysical topics in perspective. Metaphysics is also law of attraction. That's a spiritual law. It doesn't have to just be one belief system or the other. It is just energy. It's about working with a positive for law of attraction or manifesting. And whether you're trying to manifest happiness, a stable life, just peacefulness, finances, all of it. And some people sometimes will go straight for the money, and they have that in their mind, and then they're miserable, or that's just not where the happiness is. What I've found following and practicing a way of life in law of attraction is focus on what you love and what your passions are. And some people go, I don't know what my soul purpose is. It's going to be tied into your heart's passions, what you love to do, what you never tire of, things like that. I've gone into different facets of creative art. The show, it would be probably more in the performing or visual, but I like painting. I've tried sculpture, I've tried singing, I've tried stage, I've done it all. Because I love art. So visual arts, performing arts, they're different things, but there's one consistent pattern. I love creativity and expressing a creative outlet like that. So I find different ways to do that. Sometimes I'm doing intuitive painted readings, and those are a lot of fun. We're going to have to work on getting a group together for that. We'll do a something separate. It's a lot of setup to get all those extra cameras going, but we'll do that and we'll set it up. But this is a time where don't be afraid to be curious. And this Jupiter energy helps us do that. Don't be afraid to be curious and learn about something you have no idea about. Just diving into something that you don't know how to do it wakes everything up. And it will wake up if you feel stuck. or you feel like I've just been trying and it's not moving, or it's not going the way I planned, find a different perspective. Find a different way. The water finds a way around the rock. Remember that. I love that phrase. The water finds a way around the rock. But when you allow yourself to learn about something that you have no idea about, maybe it was never an interest of yours, it gives you a whole new perspective on something. For example, you may be an artist. And I have a lot of artists and creative people in both performing arts and visual arts that follow the show and have been clients for years. I get that. And I want to explain why. And you don't have to be artistic for this, okay? Because everybody's got these abilities. But what I'm saying is, for me, I started with art and painting, and I've always had that since I was a child. And there's just always some sort of outlet for that. But it is how I found my spiritual path, and the one that works for me and the one that feels the best balanced for me. It wasn't about beliefs. You may go in and flow in and out of different beliefs. That we're doing that now. You're going to flow in and out of different things that are working for you at the time, and then not so much. And everybody has their own path, and I'm not here to try to tell you which path to be on. I'm here to encourage you to explore things, to see what does fit. If it's always been the same and you just don't feel like anything's going anywhere, you're feeling the stagnant energy. Stagnant energy is not growth. Sometimes you're in your comfort zone. Well, I know how it's going to go, and this is the same tried and true and all that. And yeah, and then it can get mundane, and then you start to lose that creative spark. So I've found myself trying different things in art. See, I love art. That kept my interest, and I'm sharing my experience so you can apply it to yourself. For people that write, do you read too? Because that's the other half of it. We have to read too. Most do. Most writers understand they have to read as well. You want to know both sides of that story. For me, if I felt like I just wasn't creative and I wasn't feeling connected with spirit, I would find something in art and it would work it out. And then I would try things that I don't even know how to do. Like, you might be a sculptor and you've never tried watercolors. Completely new experience when you try something out of your box and it's something different. Maybe you're a gardener, but you've never tried bonsai gardening. That's a whole new animal, right? Or maybe you've always been a gardener and you never tried organic gardening. Or you've never tried to grow a certain type of vegetable or a certain type of tree or flower. See, there's different ways to look at that. So I'm trying to spark some imagination in you right now so you can apply it to your specific situation, where you feel like you're going with this. Because this is interesting, what we have. So let me talk about Archangel Gabriel a little bit first. I want to welcome everybody, by the way, before I start, that's joining us in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Good morning to you guys. We have Shadana. Hi, Shadana, the right fit now. Good morning to you. Michelle, we have Journey to Becoming Me. Good morning. Loves Archangel Gabriel. I call on Gabriel when I don't feel strong in my truth, and Gabriel comes up behind me, holds me up with shoulders back and chin up. Feel like, yeah, that I like that. That's a great way to describe. Gabriel is very upbeat, hot. The way I feel Gabriel, when I feel the energy and the essence of Gabriel, is high energy. It's motivating. And it lifts. You know, you may feel heavy-hearted at times. It's very lifting. All of them are. They always come from a place of helping us. But there's something about Gabriel that just has a high energy to it. So you may find that you have a little bit more energy working with Gabriel versus if you felt sluggish about things. Gabriel gave you strength when you didn't feel like you could speak your truth. That's beautiful. Communication angel, absolutely. So Gabriel is known as the angel of communication. We have a retrograde in Mercury coming up, so that would be good for that one. This angel is also creativity and innovation. If you are working on a project, a new job, a new whatever you're trying to create. Whether you're an artist, creator, inventor, write a book, whatever it is, great energy with Gabriel to work with. Okay, this is the angel of creativity and innovation. Remember, everybody has the creative side. That's known to be on the right side of the brain, along with your spirituality is the right side of the brain, your intuitive skills, your ability to connect with higher dimensions, all of that's right side of the brain. And here's what I want you to hear before we even get going any deeper. Say you're trying to get a project off the ground, or you're really trying to make it as an artist, or whatever it is you do. New job, whatever it is you're trying to do. The creative side is the right side, remember? That is also connected to where you can tap in and ask and listen for those insights from your higher self, your guardian angel, the other angels. They're all there to help. They don't bother you, they don't get in the way unless you ask, and they don't do it for you, but they help nudge you along the way to help you see things. But when we try to make that project about the money, which is the left side of the brain, you've pulled out of your creativity. Has anybody ever thought of it that way? Left side is more methodical, organization, skills, the logic of things. We need those skills. Those are good skills to have. That's the side of you that will tell you to put your raincoat on because it's raining outside, okay? But if you're trying to do something creative from that side of the brain because you're making it about the money, if you look at any of the teachings, I don't care who the teacher is, about law of attraction and manifesting, it's not about the dollar. It's about when you make it about your passion, the law of attraction brings in your needs and fills the needs. It's trusting that instead of trying to control it, because it's two separate sides of you. And if you want to be creative and figure out solutions and connect with spirit, that's on the other side. Now, the goal is to work with both. Okay, I'm not saying stay on one side or the other. You need both. A balanced use of both is going to take you very far in life. However, think about it. If it's all about that one side, okay, we have to stay grounded. The left side can keep us grounded in the present, but we also, and we have to have our logic. We don't throw logic out the window because we want to be creative and spiritual, or connect with, in a meditation, or go deep into higher dimensions. We're not throwing logic out the window. I don't encourage that at all. It's all about it's keep your logic about you. But be aware of what could be your stumbling block there, and you're working to go with the flow of things. Remember, if you feel like your creativity is not moving, try something new. Try something new. Okay? Try something new. You might be surprised how many other people are trying something new. And a lot of people are afraid to take the risk. There's always a give and take with anything you try new. That's where you keep your logic about you. You can try. You can take half steps. You can take one step. Some people let me just dive in. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. But hear me out on that, okay? So Gabriel is a very good angel to work with when you need that motivation or communicating. Am I communicating the message clearly? I've asked Gabriel to really help me with this message today with you, because it's such an important message. So many times we don't feel like we're heard. We don't feel respected sometimes. Why is that? Or we don't feel that anybody listens. Are we listening? We have to make sure we're listening too. It goes both ways. We have to listen too. Sometimes we just feel like, oh, it's just about them not listening to me. No. It's probably a little bit of both, more than likely. That's, a unique situation for everybody. But please hear me out on that. You want to check both channels to make sure it's flowing. Okay, so retrogrades help us reflect back on how we're doing that. Retrogrades, we're going to talk about today. Remember, they are when the planet starts to slow down and go backwards a little bit, and it's more of a reflective time. You have opportunity. Things slow down a bit, so you have opportunity to evaluate the choices you've made in certain areas of life before moving forward. And then when it starts to go forward again and goes direct, that's called direct, then, oh, okay, now I feel a little more secure in my choices, or, oh, I had the opportunity to tweak it. The universe gives us a lot of opportunities here. And Gemini, let's talk about Gemini since we're moving into that season on the 20th of May. Gemini is is represented by the twins. And if you think about the twins, it's representing two sides of a coin, two sides, the light and the dark side. The shadow side, you have your positive side, you may have your negative. It's the two opposite ends of the magnet, however you want to look at it. One has a foot in this world and is anchored into this physical world, and one takes you up into the higher realms where you can check and journey and grow on a soul path. It's like representing the two sides of us. We have a soul living in a physical experience right now. So think about that Gemini twin that way a little bit, and that's going to help you kind of wrap your brain around what we're going to talk about today. These alignments are a lot of reflection here, a lot of reflection in a lot of areas. There's soul growth opportunities, unexpected change with some of the alignments that we talked about last week. But there's renewal. There's potential for renewal, growth, to level up your consciousness, your awareness, and to work on your law of attraction, and to really understand how to work in alignment with this spiritual law versus, oh, cool, me, more money. No, it can bring that in if we apply it. Yes, it can bring a substantial amount, but not if that's all you're thinking about. That's the way I understand it. I'm sharing it the way it makes sense to me. I mean, you can take my word for it or dig in deeper. I do have a course. It's a little course, a real small course. If you are new to any of this, you can go to my website, check that out. I have an abundance calendar that's free. You can check that out. And then there's a small course. It's only $37, but it takes you all the way through the concepts of law of attraction and how to apply it, and how to understand where do you have an abundant mindset or a scarcity, like lack, like everything. Are you focused on everything that isn't there, or I don't have enough? It's really good to learn and figure out where you are on that moving forward when you're trying to work and develop those skills in law of attraction. These are skills that are lifestyle skills. They are strengthening your capacity, your mental abilities, your spiritual growth, your trust in yourself, to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And they're very powerful. And you can find ways to lift yourself up when you find yourself going into, oh, I don't want to think about that. That's not where I want to be. And you find ways to get back right up in there and back in the game. There's an ebb and a flow to life. If you think about the ocean, the waves go out and in. They come into the shore, they're flowing in. Think about all the money or anything flowing in, and then sometimes it flows out, right? There's an in and an out all the time with the ebb and flow of energy. Everything works that way. It's not that we will just go, hey, we're going to stay up here and it's going to be perfect. That's not realistic either. That's throwing logic out the window again. We want to be able to be grounded and stronger when things in life happen. And they don't make you fall apart. They don't tear your entire existence apart when something happens. You actually find strength and stamina. You work through it. It doesn't falter you. It's like having a strong foundation. And now you can move through things when they happen. Not that they won't ever happen, but it's how we handle them. So they can strengthen you that way as well. Belief in yourself is a big one here. And that's usually one of the first things to work on. So here we go. All right, let's look at some of this now. So we have Gemini moving into Gemini, and that's an air sign. So it's a little bit more about focusing on your thoughts See, law of attraction, there's that part. We have Archangel Gabriel, which can help you through this, all of this. Communication angel, listening clearly to what feels right for you, listening to your heart, listening to your own intuition and trusting it, things like that. Then we have the 3 retrogrades. So I'm going to get started, and then we'll go back and we'll look to see if we have any questions. Please feel free. We have the live chat open in YouTube if you want to put a question out. I'm going to go through the information to make sure you have it, and then we'll go take some questions afterwards. Readings, whatever, you know, things like that. Okay, so now we have the alignments are delivering energy to a few places. It's for reflection in several areas of life, okay? Remember, soul growth opportunities, the unexpected changes in how you have opportunity to be in a soul renewal, a growth renewal, to level up in that. You have these potentials of gifts that are riding in on that. We talked about that last week a little bit. Innovation, and creativity are very highlighted here. There's an opportunity to create here, to create whatever you are trying to create in your life. So the focus here is being here, being present in your now. It's the here and now, focusing on your present, not worrying about what happened yesterday. You're not afraid of what might happen tomorrow. And here's the little interesting part here. You have opportunity to focus here and now. That's beneficial. It's going to help you. But with the Jupiter energy, you have this opportunity to go on these journeys, to expand your mind beyond what you're used to and explore new opportunities, new options, new pathways. It's an adventure, really. To me, it's an adventure. I love that part. So you'll be able to connect with higher realms easier. Also, Jupiter brings in optimism, but Jupiter is going to go retrograde. So what does that mean? There's a reflection with all of these things that Jupiter's about. So there's wisdom here. There's opportunity to really grow and find some aha moments and awareness with wherever you are in life. So your intuition, you want to trust that, you want to hang on to that, and maybe you're working to develop it. Maybe you're trying to figure out, well, am I listening to it or not? I definitely say apply some energy into feeling that connection. Your intuition is your hunch, what feels right to you. One of the guidelines that I use is if something's popping up for me, if I have peace with the decision, that's what feels right to me. You're going to look for your gauge that feels right. What's a consistent gauge where yes or no with what you're picking up? Also, your own intuition or anything coming from the divine or angels, anything positive that supports you, your spirit guides, anything like that is not going to be chaotic. It's not going to be all over the place and keep changing and be all over just crazy. It's going to be a consistent message. It may be one that you're not ready to jump on and think about or embrace, but it will be the same message. It'll be consistent. That's how you'll know as well. So if we were to keep our mind focused on the here and now, and then we're living our life, we're physically living our life, okay, every day, the here and now, but we also give ourselves opportunity, timeouts to restore, contemplate, reflect, meditate, anything that helps you settle that mind and allow it to just explore opportunities and expand. That's the energies that are showing up in May that will help you. Now, there's a lot of opportunity for spiritual growth here, a lot of leveling up on why you came here to begin with, your soul's mission, its goal, why you're here. One of the things I want to remind everybody about is your soul's mission is to live the journey here, the entire thing, from the time you're born all the way up. You may go through so many different jobs, favorite activities, relationships, whatever. You may go in and out of different ones. Some may stay consistent. But when we try to identify who we are by what we do for a living or things like that, you've kind of limited yourself, actually. I mean, my identity is not what I do. My identity is that who am I inside, that soul. You could change what you do 100 times in your lifetime. You're still on the soul path. You're still on your soul's life journey. Because each step, each different thing we do, it helps build who you are and where you're going to go next. So you're here to explore fully all these different things that will help you grow on a soul level. Some will be challenged, some will be tougher than others. But as we grow and we learn and we take those lessons and we leave the rest behind and we just keep gaining strength and we grow in awareness and we start to appreciate those little things in life, now you're starting to feel the reason for all of it. And happiness is going to have a peacefulness. It's not, okay, I'll be happy when I achieve these things. It's about being happy and appreciative of what you have now. That's a lot of law of attraction too. Sometimes we just forget to appreciate what we do have. It may not be very much. It might be so simple that all we own is in a little box. That's big if you appreciate that. It doesn't have to be physically or a material item big. It needs to be what brings you around to getting excited about things. Okay? So we're going to enter into the Gemini on May 20, okay? Now May 23rd, this is one of the first retrogrades that I want to talk about. This one is Saturn retrograde. And Saturn does this once a year. Once a year. Now retrogrades means it's going to go backwards. So what does that mean with Saturn? And if you can remember, this is what I like about the calendars or the journals that I've created. And I'm starting to create more of those for you guys for different topics because it's good to mark things down as you're working on things. Because this one wants you to revisit September of 2020. Can you remember that? Can you remember what was going on in September of 2020 for you? You're reflecting back on decisions that you made then. See? Saturn's about decisions, taking responsibility for your decisions, not being afraid to make a decision. Saturn can be one of those stern teachers, you know, like, okay, you need to get organized and be responsible kind of a thing. It's like that. But it's a good time to practice some patience because you're taking, this is about owning what you chose and the actions that you took. And that doesn't mean, oh no, we're going to get in trouble. No. Nothing like that. It's just a lot of people don't make a decision, but they're very quick. I see this all the time. Very quick to blame somebody else if it doesn't work out right. But they didn't want to be responsible for making the choice. I know. We've all done it. We've all felt that way. Of course, it's like, I don't want to be that one that makes that choice. Well, you don't need to make them for somebody else. You need to make them for yourself. But then you want to be responsible for those choices. It's like, no, that's what I chose. Whether it worked out or didn't, it's time to reflect back and see if there's a different path that would be better. That's what this Saturn is about. You may have things to settle, resolve. You may have things that need your patience. You may see that things come to the surface that were a little more related to things that you chose or directions or pathways you took in September of 2020. That's what that retrograde's about. How fun, right? So just a reminder, we won't go too deep into this because we talked about it last week. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can listen to last week's show. May 26th is when the super blood full moon eclipse in Sagittarius happens. That's a really long title. But it's a supermoon. It's a total lunar eclipse. It's a rare one. It's potent because it's an eclipse. It's intensified. Supermoon's intensified when we look at it this way from astrology. And it's going to have that reddish hue, and that's why it's called that. But you know, this one might stir up the deep emotions, the things that are a little bit more of our shadow side that we would rather not pay attention to, or we don't like that part of ourselves. I want to point that out. When it does happen, it's more of addressing, acknowledging it, and going, well, you know, I really don't care for that side of my personality, but, you know, what can you do? That is usually the side that needs a little bit of love, needs a little bit of listening to, because it can teach you, believe it or not. So pay attention to that. Watch out for the emotions. They will probably stir up a little bit on that one. That's May 26th. But there's a lot of supportive energy coming into flow. It's a very healing time because it'll go a little bit deeper on those kinds of wounds and things like that. Now let's talk about the Mercury retrograde that comes in on May 29. Now, this is all in the Gemini season here. We know Mercury retrogrades are popular because they happen about every 3 months. They last for about 3 weeks. And they seem to, you know, we hear about all the havoc they cause with communications or misunderstandings or electronic devices and things like that. This is the second time it's been in retrograde already this year. So this is the second time. It just means let's take a time to pause and welcome it to see what we could reflect on, and have we been listening? Is there any projects that need attending or been neglected? Is there anything we forgot? And that's what this one's about. It's very gentle. And if you feel like any of these retrogrades are challenging you to where you're just feeling it a lot, don't go through it by yourself. Reach out. But also, that's why I brought up Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is fantastic for Gemini energy, for any of these retrogrades, for any of these things going on right now. Remember, it's about listening and speaking your truth. It's not just one side or the other. Sometimes we feel more repressed one way or the other. And then sometimes, you know, when we do finally go, okay, I'm going to speak my truth, and then you feel like you get berated by somebody else's opinion, and it just devastates you. Why is that? It'll take you deeper into understanding, well, I need to be able to do that anyway and it not affect me that way. That's a work in progress. I get it. I understand, especially empaths. Oh my gosh, we feel it all. And sometimes we just want to fix it all with everybody else because we don't want to feel it. Because you feel and you'll pick up other energies, and then you're just, if I could just make them feel better, then I would feel better. It doesn't work that way, really, that I've found, because trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work that way. It works better to work on how you're handling it and how you can process that energy and not hold it. Because we can't process somebody else's. And everybody else has that free will to choose how they want to take their journey. So just reminding you of that. Okay, another retrograde. Another retrograde is Jupiter. That's going to happen on June 20. Okay, that one's way into June, but that's on June 20. So this Jupiter, and this is really my favorite and probably will be for you, but right before the sun moves out of Gemini and is moving into the next sign, Cancer, this Jupiter goes into retrograde, and it's one of the largest planets. So there's 3 there, okay? But there was already another one in there, so it could be a total of 4. But I'm talking about these 3 that actually move into retrograde during this time. So this one, because there's Pluto also, Pluto is already in retrograde. It'll be there for a while. That's what it is. So now you have all these retrogrades going on. When Jupiter moves into it, now it'll magnify everything, and we're looking again at that Aquarius energy, you know, the age of Aquarius energy, the innovation, the creativity. Pisces energy is very spiritual energy, very deep, on a spiritual path, higher dimensions. Also flowing, going, moving in and out and flowing with things. Feeling the connection to everything. Very different energy, these 2 together. But you may notice a lot about creativity and innovation. It could be just in your own personal life. You're trying to figure out a way to solve a problem in your own home. And you'll like, you know what? Why didn't I think of that before? It'll just start to happen and move through. So that is a bit of the energies that are lining up. See, there's quite a bit. I talked about some of this last week. So between today's show, we went a little bit deeper into some of those. And last week's, if you missed last week, I go over the whole month and a little bit more about those other ones. So let me go over to the chat and see how we're doing, guys. I want to know, I want to ask you a question. I want to know if you've been feeling or relating to any of the things I've been talking about today. I also want to know who's working on what out there. What do you feel like you're trying to work on? So let me see what we have here. Let's see, I've read that one. I'm looking through the chat here. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you too. Really speaking my truth this month, taking no crap. All right. See, she's, yeah, full steam ahead for Melissa. My goodness. Robin, hello, Robin. Robin's saying, my job is taking a turn that I do not want to follow. I see it as a huge opportunity. Is there any guidance from angels? Okay. Huge opportunity, but you're not feeling peace with it. That's what I'm hearing you say. I'm hearing, ooh, I love the opportunity, but do I really want this? Okay, what I'm asking you is really think about the Jupiter energy. Think about what you're going to ask Gabriel about this with communications and clearly, because if you were to use the Jupiter energy, the expansive energy, like expand and look beyond, reflect back, when in your, and this is what I'm picking up from Gabriel to ask you. These are questions, I know. When in your life in the past, and these are questions you don't have to answer here or you just for yourself, when in the past have you had this great opportunity come up, you took it and then you just wished you'd never done it? Is this a repeating sensation that you're feeling? He asked me to ask you that, I know. The other thing is, if you didn't have peace, I mean, for me personally, if I don't feel peace and I'm looking out and I'm expanding long term, even though this just looks like such a great opportunity, am I going to be happy a few months down the road? If you're not, you're going to be miserable again. Have you repeated something from the past? This is what I'm picking up really strong for you, Robin. So these are questions to ask yourself, but that's what I got. It was like, when have you done this? I know. That's what, this is good information for anybody in that situation. Like I was like, last time I jumped all over a great opportunity that I didn't really want. I wished I had, you know, that kind of thing. This is what you're looking at. Look at all the way down. You could look at it way out, expand with that Jupiter energy, look at it and like what you're seeing, or see possibilities of, you know what, I didn't see it that way. It might actually be a good opportunity. This could go either way, but when I was asking, that's literally what I got. I hope that that made sense. Let's see, Beth. Hi, Beth. Dr. Jenn, I think for me, this might be about the big leap in my job. I think the retrograde might be a second chance to really take control. Would love your angel guidance. Okay. Okay. Yes, I see and feel big opportunities. The other part that I see is this is an opportunity to, when you take the opportunity, when it starts to roll in this way, let me get this out. Like, okay, I want to make sure I communicate it clearly. I'm asking for that clarity, Gabriel. Please, thank you. It can be exciting for the big leap, but sometimes we have to take all that energy that's so exciting and it's really high and pace ourselves. Like, do you know what I mean? Not JoJo the circus boy kind of thing, but oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my God. And you get so excited, you just go diving in, and then it's like, whoa. It's asking, what I'm feeling is absolutely embrace opportunity, but it's a practicing of pacing the energy. You have very high energy when you get excited is what I'm feeling, but to pace it a different way. Pace it just a little bit more gently so it trickles out versus, you know, all at once and now you're going to be burned out at the end is what I'm feeling. Does that make sense? I hope it did. but it's actually very good. But to level up for you in awareness would be a balance of that energy. Don't forget to keep that energy balanced. You'll be so excited, you'll be happy, you'll be this and that, but it's also to balance and level it out so it sustains you for long time, for, you know, to keep it going. I hope that made sense. I know, here I am trying to make sense, I know. Journey to becoming me. Holy cow, can you get in touch with universe? Now I know I would only like 1 retrograde per month. Any messages from my angel friends today? Directions, guidance, life plan. Okay, just trying to work out that question. That was a lot there. Let me see. Yes, there's 3 retrogrades. Well, we had a lot of them last year. Retrogrades, remember, don't look at retrograde as an issue. It's more of it slows things down, and you may feel it by, you want to keep going faster, but it slows things down so you can contemplate, reflect, evaluate your plan, okay? This will be good for you, and this is what I'm picking up a little bit. This will be good for you to look at, how can I just make sure I'm reading all the way through the contract? I know that came in out of the blue, so that must be for you. I need to read all the way through this before I sign, or I need to just research a little bit more before I just go jumping right in. The retrogrades are really a gift. We want to look at them that way. We want to look and go, well, wait a minute. Okay, I got it. And don't let that lunar eclipse trip you up. It will take you deeper into the things that you need to resolve. But yeah, it's more of it's not rushing. It's not a rushing thing. I'm feeling that a lot for you guys today. It's not a rushing thing. It's not a rushing thing. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. We have a super chat. Thank you so much, Beth. That helps support the show, guys, when you do the super chats. It's just donations that help me put this production on, because it does cost, you know, with all the equipment and stuff. But I just want to say thank you for that, because we put this out there for free. We're not asking you to do that, but if you feel led to do that, it really helps us bring the show to you every week. So I want to just say thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Let me see here. How do I get into the angel retreat group thing you talk about sometimes? The angel retreat group, we stopped the angel retreat group. That's why you can't get into that, I know. But we have new things that are coming up, so make sure you are on my list, I hope, for the mailing list. That's because I'm bringing it in, I'm bringing the projects and the information in differently. And also, out there, people, I have another question for you. We can do what I want to do is instead of it just being Angel Retreat, because that was a membership, and when we were all going through some tough times with the pandemic, I pulled that down and back. I didn't want it taking your money like that. So what we're doing now is I'm trying to put the low cost stuff out there. I'm going to be organizing some live group things where we can interact and talk, and you can join those if you want. You can join one or each time I have it, different things like that. So that's why you don't see it out there anymore. But thank you for asking. That was a big project, but it was also something that we needed to just reevaluate and do better. So I feel like we're just trying to make it more cost efficient, and that way you can go in and learn what you want to learn about. You can ask questions in all of the group things that we have, or all the courses we have. You can ask me anything you want in there. They have their own comment sections in the Learning Center under each course. Some are free. You can ask in there too. And then the other ones we have where you can go back and forth in there. But we will have some live chats with that, just for people that are in groups like that. So hang in there, guys. I know, I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Melissa. Oh my goodness, thank you. We had another super chat, and thank you so much. I appreciate you, Melissa. Thank you. We have a lot of people that listen from all over the world, and I believe that is Canada. You are from Canada? Is that what that is? We have them all over. Believe it or not, we have a large following in France. I know. A large following in France. I don't know how I ended up in having a large following in France, but we do. And England. So, you know, just thank you guys to anybody and wherever you are out there. Also, let's see here what we have. We got to go to the next one. The right fit now. Beginning to make progress in my new business. That's awesome. Working through imposter syndrome. Do I really know what I'm doing? People really think I'm an expert. Am I really? So this is just the confidence and trust in yourself. Okay. I want to give you a little inside information right now. Everybody feels that way on a brand new project. Everybody. Oh my gosh. That is a very normal getting the project off the ground and feeling like, oh my gosh, people think I'm really there for them, but do I know? That is not a bad place to be, honestly. It's not to feel bad about yourself, but yeah, you do. And you know why you do? This is coming from Gabriel, because your ego hasn't gotten so big that you think that you know everything and there's not anything you can learn. The best leaders, the best people that can support, the best ones that will stay in for the long haul are the ones that are continually learning and will say, I have no idea, I got to learn that. And you will hear me say that sometimes. You will hear me tell you my life trips and falls, because that's how I think we learn. But I want you to know, because you're saying what you're saying, you are an expert in what you already are passionate. You just are aware that you can always learn more. That's because you're passionate about it and you care and it matters to you, and that's integrity. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you back to somebody that's doing that is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I feel, my goodness, are you kidding me? When I first started this show, man, was I nervous. And we started it audio only. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But when we try to be perfect, we're missing all the opportunities of what we can learn. And you'll learn from people that are your clients or that are following you. You will learn from them. I get so much support, well, and I'm getting it this way today, but I'm getting so much support from the people that come in and follow and join here. There's a beautiful energy. And like I said last week, I sometimes feel like you bless me more with your energy than I'm giving you. And I've said that before because it feels like that sometimes. And I want to say, oh my goodness, thank you guys. Shadana, super chat. Oh my God, you guys are blessing me beyond. I almost think I'm going to cry. Thank you guys so much. That means so much to me. And it's going to help so much because there's so many things we're trying to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope that made sense to the right fit now. So let me see here. Totally makes sense to you, Beth. Awesome. 100% super great guidance. Oh, thank you. You are so welcome. I love doing this with you guys. It's beautiful. And I love that it's like this. It's just naturally flowing. I don't think about it. I like live. I mean, a lot of people won't do live, but live keeps it real, right? And sometimes we have to do recorded, but live keeps it real. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Beth. Oh my gosh, Beth and Melissa. We got those. We got Shadana. Let's see. Yep, Melissa's on it. Canada, been listening for years. Oh, Melissa, awesome. Shadana, and I know a few people in here have been listening for quite a long time. I think Shadana's followed me all over the place to every network I've been in, even when we were just on Blog Talk, I think. I mean, when we were just starting it out, she's been everywhere with me. So I love that. I love the long haulers because we're in it to be a group and a family that are supportive. So that's awesome, Melissa. Journey to Becoming Me. We appreciate you so much, Dr. Jenn. Where is everyone from? I am from Illinois. Illinois. Robin is in Texas. Oh, Texas. That's where my son lives and my grandson. Aw. I bet you guys thought I was still in Virginia. Only a few people know I'm not. I am in Florida. That's where I am. We have a big 12-foot alligator out back. We call him Steve. Yep, we have a canal that runs right down the back of my property. But that's where I am. So I'll join in on that. And let's see, Robin, thank you so much. And Melissa, guys, I love you too. Oh my goodness, any more questions there? Where are we on time? We got a few minutes. Anybody else have any other questions or anything else they want to share? Right Fit Now, Los Angeles. Welcome, West Coast. It's early for you in the morning, but not that early. I mean, 8 o'clock's not that early, unless you don't wake up early. Awesome. We have Los Angeles. Let's see where else. We're sprinkled all across the place, right? We're sprinkled a little bit everywhere. Florida in the house, Beth. Oh, Beth, are you back in Florida? All right, Florida in the house. Awesome. Awesome. I know. It was a big move. It was a big move, but when we did it a couple years ago. I've been down here since 2019, actually. I just don't advertise everything, you know. Some people feel like they got to tell everybody everything. I'm just not like that. I don't know why I do that, but anyway. Let's see, where else have we got? We got Vancouver, British Columbia, right? Is that what that is? And okay, got it. Vancouver, Canada. I got it. Okay. Wow. See? We're all sprinkled everywhere, but when we're here together, we feel close. And I hope that when you come into the show every week that you feel that. I hope you feel lifted. You may not have felt that way when you came in, but my intention every week, law of attraction wise, is to lift you up, inspire you to get right back out there and keep going with whatever it is you're trying to do, because that's what my passion is. I love supporting and lifting other people up. I mean, I have felt like such an oddball out there at times. I mean, sometimes when you're on this path or you're into the metaphysics or you're intuitive like I am, and boy, I can read it, you know, I mean, I can feel things a lot. And then when you go into, okay, I just need to be real and do what I do. And then you're in the middle of a bunch of people that are like, yeah, they make you feel like they're looking at you like a horn growing out of your head or something. But it's when you can stand up and be yourself and feel comfortable, and none of that matters, that you know you're on your path, and you will find that you are so much happier. And then when all of that falls away, some of that might fall away. You're not going to be in alignment with everybody. There's no way. But you are going to be aligned with the people and the frequencies you match, and they will be drawn in. So even if you're going through a lot of losses, you shift and change on a spiritual awakening path. And honestly, a lot of people that are creative do go this route. They do feel it. Not everybody, but there's a lot of creative people out there that they're just deep thinkers. They see the world a different way. They feel it a different way. And I know that I'm like that. And I can't imagine what I'm doing now on metaphysics or doing readings or talking about angelic realm or telling you about the astrology and the numerology without it being connected to some form of a creative expression like painting or art or something. It's just part of who I am. They go together. They're not separate. So a lot of people that are in fields like that feel, I am such an odd person. I'm so, you know, not really. You just might be in the middle of a group of people that aren't in alignment with you. That doesn't mean that's bad. It just means that's why it doesn't resonate. And if it used to resonate, now it doesn't, that means because you're shifting frequencies. Not one frequency is better than the other. I wouldn't say it like that. Watch out for feeling bigger or higher. It's more where you are on your path. So please keep that in mind. I also want to know, Journey to Becoming Me. My goodness, big super chat. You guys have been amazing today with the super chats. I mean, wow. And you know what I love about it? It's just whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, because you can always come in here and not do any of that. But you're supporting a vibration that we're trying to come and bring together here. We're trying to bring a vibration of love together, that we support one another. You're getting what you need in the moment. And then that rings out into the world. And that's what I love. We're putting a ripple effect out there of positive energy. The world needs it all the time, right? And sometimes we just feel beat up by all that energy. So you're being a part of it. It's like we're co-creating that together. And I just want to say a big, humble thank you for that. Let's see, getting up. I get up at 6 a.m. Got to catch up with East Coast. I got you. I'm an early riser too, but yes, I hear you. I think we're on at 8 o'clock in the morning over on the West Coast. So I have a lot of West Coasters. We have people in Nevada, Colorado. We have them all over, but we do have a lot of West Coasters. So, and I used to live out there, by the way, in San Diego, long time ago in the 90s. It's been a while. So I like the West Coast. Been out there too. I've been all around everywhere. Let's see, journey to becoming me. You can plant some organic yummies in your Florida temps. Yes, let me tell you. I'll tell you a little bit about me personally. I know I don't talk about it a lot, but I'll give you a minute here because we're having such a good upbeat vibe. Talk about organic veggies. Let me tell you what we got going on here. We have an organic garden outside, but we have it enclosed with screens and stuff because, you know, there's a lot out there that could eat up your vegetables, right? And we don't want to spray anything. But we have outside quite a bit. We have all kinds of potatoes. We have tomatoes. We have red onions. We have garlic going. We have sugar snaps and peas and cucumbers. We have all of that going on outside. And inside, I have a room called the Zen room. And it has a massage table in there from when I had my office when I was doing work hands-on in Virginia Beach. But we've turned that into a meditation room. And it's a beautiful room with just meditation. But in that room, I decided to put my hydroponic gardens. I have 2 hydroponic gardens in there. Each one holds 30 plants. And that's where we grow all of our herbs and salad greens. And once a week, I cut 2 really big bowls of salad greens. And we eat a lot of greens. We are plant-based completely. We're plant-based. And we eat a lot of vegetables. And I was like, we need to be growing some of these things because I wanted to know what was in my food. So we're totally organic here. But it'll take me a couple of hours to clip all of that. So that's my job tomorrow. I have a lot of salad cutting to do. But we have a little bit of everything. So we have a beautiful wall of green inside that Zen room. So it's very earthy and natural and grounding in there. The plants, the salt lamps, all that kind of stuff. So yes, I do have my organic gardening going. Plant-based. We've been working on plant-based for a few years, and I've talked about this before. I haven't jumped into putting a whole lot out there, but I'll tell you what, completely different experience and feeling healthier since we've done that. You have to watch your balance and make sure you've got everything you need. And we've got some of our favorite recipes. I need to start putting them out there. Don't share some of my recipes, but I want you guys to know it's not for everybody. Some people are, and I'm not trying to say this is the right way or the wrong way to eat. For us, we've totally found it to be the right way. And we love growing our own food. We really do. We have a whole house solar. Our whole house is solar. So we're doing everything on a self-sustaining where we've got solar for everything. Yeah, I mean, we're down here in hurricanes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we did instead of a generator. But we have solar, so solar is supplying a lot of our energy now. Actually, whole house, all of it. So we've been working hard to be a contributor to a better Earth and giving back to Earth. I really am a believer in that. I love organic, non-GMO, everything. I love renewable energy. We use organic. Everything that I use on me is organic, like makeups or moisturizer. Everything is organic, and I've made them before. But I know, a lot. We stay busy. So I was just sharing. I don't usually share a lot of that, but I was just giving you a little bit of how I live my life. And I know that I feel more lifted and I feel better about who I am and my contributions. I'm constantly feeling like I contribute to Earth now, not take away from it. Mother Earth is one of the most beautiful grounding energies, just grounding. Earth can take all that energy out and transmute that. There's a lot that Earth does. I also noticed that my connection to the spirit guides through the animals, the insects, and everything else that we have out here is much more heightened. The flowers, the trees, everything, I just feel it more. My intuition was vastly improved by shifting. So I just wanted to share that, you know. I mean, I don't usually share anything about me, but I wanted to give you a little bit about how we live here. I have a room where I paint, and I have this room where we do all this recording or the live show. So it's been a big transition for us in the last couple of years, but we've done it. So let's see here. We have definitely feeling meat is feeling so heavy lately, and it will. Sometimes a lot of oils will too, like heavy oils. So anybody else want to share anything before we're out of here? Because it's noon and I know that everybody has things to go do, a life to live. Any more questions before we close it off for the day? I'm just waiting to see. I just want to say thank you guys. You guys have been fantastic. The generosity today, the support for the show is beyond humbling and so appreciated. So, you know, I'm always here for you. Wow. So, any of the other people that are interested, what I would like to ask you guys is I would love to know what you want to learn here or in the learning center that I'm building out. What are your interests? You can send them to me through the website. You can write them here. But I want to know what you want. I'm listening. I want to put that out. I'm listening. What is it that you want? I threw that out in an email once, and sometimes maybe people don't get it or you're busy and you don't read emails, but in the newsletter, like once a week I send something out, and I asked probably a while back, like, what is it that you want to learn about? But I never got any replies back, and I went, well, everybody's busy. It was the pandemic time. Everybody's got to deal with taking care of themselves and their own family and their own household. So that's a lot of why I pulled back on that. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. You are amazing. I love you too, Donna. Thank you guys for everything you've done today. I'm going to close it out because we have things to go out there. We have projects to work on. We have creative juices flowing. We have a life to live. And we have things to look forward to. So don't forget, allow yourself to be curious, learn something new, stay grounded, but allow your mind to expand and find the opportunities. I will see you next week. I'm planning to be here, and I want to thank everyone for showing up today and being a participant and supporting the show. Please be sure to like the show. It helps us. It helps us a lot. And share, share it wherever you can to help other people. There's still a lot of people out there. I cannot believe how many people still don't know, not just about the show, but they're just learning. You think everybody knows all this, and they don't. They're still trying to find something that works for them. On that note, I'm going to let you guys go because I know you're still hanging out waiting for me. So thank you guys. I love you, and a big thank you. I'll see you next week. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit